This is Maria from 93.5 FM. I'm standing here with Mr. Alan Green. We are at the Women of Excellence Conference. It's a wonderful evening. Want to welcome everyone. Alan, how do you feel tonight?
Feel great tonight. Feel great. Happy to be here.
Yes. We are putting a wonderful show on tonight. We have a wonderful dancing troupe. We have a band. We have the Honorable Gary Foster in the house. And we got a proclamation award from the state today, so we're very happy.
Great. That's great. That's fabulous. You deserve it.
Thank you. And we have your wonderful mother, Mrs. Ida Green, in the house.
She's here. She's not dancing yet, but she might be later.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
This is Maria, and to my right is Michael Thomas. Hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm great, Maria. Thank you for having me.
And to my left is the famous chef of the house. How are you, sir?
Hi, how are you? Pleasure being with you here today.
What is your name?
Tony.
Tony, you cook up all these wonderful meals. You entertain everyone. The palate's got to be on track. How you feel tonight?
I feel very good.
Yes.
We are always on top of our games.
Yes.
We are known for our food, and we always will be.
Wow. Heard that, folks? Known for the food. We're at the Westbury Manor. Chef Michael to my right and Chef Tony to my left. Welcome aboard. Open your palates and let's roll on in. Thank you for coming. This is Maria Santiago, and I'm standing here with some wonderful people. It is the evening of the Woman of Excellence. To my right is my favorite man, Mr. Santiago. How do you feel this evening, sir?
I'm feeling wonderful.
And to my left is Rachel. Wonderful. How is the evening going for you?
It's going fantastic so far.
Good. And of course, Mr.
William Preco, registered nurse. Happy to be here.
Wonderful. We are definitely putting a wonderful evening together for the Women of Excellence and the Home Health Aide Training Institute. We want the whole world to know that we are out to care. If you're over 70, if you're under 70, our plan is to care for you. We want to make you know and make you understand Share and Care in America is our plan. And we're going to take care of you from now until. This is Maria saying we love you. Come to Home Health Aide Training Institute, train, and go out and share care. With me is my mini-me, Giselle Thomas.
Hi.
Can speak louder. How are you today?
Good.
How are you feeling to be a woman of excellence, a young lady of excellence?
Happy.
Happy? Wonderful. Thank you so much.
I feel very excited because usually men always take the credit, but the girls don't do anything. And women are the next generation. I'm proud of my grandma because she honors women and she supports them more than men.
This evening's event is put on by the Home Health Aide Institute of Westbury, and the event is that the principal owners want to honor some of the women in the community who have been doing good work and who continues to do good work. I am Angela Trotman, and I am one of the educators at the Home Health Aide Institute. Here we teach young people and those who are interested in doing home care to take good care of their clients in the community. The program is 83 hours long, and at the end they are awarded a certificate in home health aid.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Middleton. I am a deputy chief for the New York City Fire Department. I'm here as the keynote speaker tonight, and my goal is to share some of my experiences, what I've learned from them, and hope they motivate the honorees and whoever hears them. Award ceremonies like this are very important because they recognize the work, the hard work that people do, and it motivates them to continue and work even harder, knowing that their efforts are not in vain.
As an honoree, it's very nice to be recognized. I appreciate being recognized, but I'm committed to community service for the impact I'm able to make on people's lives, not for the recognition that comes along with it. But I do appreciate being noticed, and I thank you very much.
I feel ecstatic, especially to be recognized by this agency because they are committed to giving back to the youth of Westbury. Women are the backbone of the community. They're the mothers. They support the home. There are PTA leaders. And so We appreciate being recognized for all of our great work in raising up the community.
Wow, it feels amazing. This is truly a wonderful event. It's such a blessing to be here. I feel this is a very important event for the youth to see what we're doing as Women of Excellence. And I see a lot of my former students here this evening, which is wonderful. God bless all of you and congratulate all the awardees this evening, ladies. You did a wonderful job.
I am so excited to be here. Being an honoree tonight, it's not about me. Actually, it is about all the children in Westbury that Espoir is providing services to. So tonight, from the children of Westbury, we want to say thank you. It is important because as we are helping, supporting our young people to do the best they ought to become, then it is also important to remind them that you are on the right path and you are making the right decision to move forward and also give a helping hand to somebody else.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We kindly ask and thank everyone for coming to our wonderful Woman of Excellence Gala this evening. We would ask kindly that everyone find their seats. We just like to make sure that everyone's sitting nice and comfortable. There are some... It's just a beautiful evening, and we're so happy to have everyone here this evening. Give yourselves a round of applause. Like if we got 1 million people in the house. Tell me. Woo! We want to thank God for coming into this arena this evening. And we want to thank everyone for coming in here. And we are going to have everyone seated so we can start the program. Our master ceremony this evening is going to be the Honorable Mr. Gary Foster. And we're so fortunate to have the National Guard here from the Westbury High School. Give them a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask everyone to please stand as we receive the presentation by the Westbury High School Navy Junior ROTC Honor Guards. Please stand. We ask everyone please to stand. The national anthem by international renown, Beyonce Knows. you very much. Let's give another big round of applause for the Westbury High School Navy Junior ROTC. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. At this time, let me call upon the visionary, the author, the brain, the mastermind behind all of this evening occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Director of Home Health Aide Training Institute, Mistress Maria Santiago.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to be here, but I'm more honored to know that you're here. Because it takes a community to make the world. And it takes young people to grow into older folks, to grow into elder people, to make a community, to create a world. There's so many things that I would like to say this evening. But one thing I want to say for sure is that Home Health Aide Training Institute is our purpose here this evening. My vision for having a training school is to allow everyone that wants to share care to come and understand how to care legally, how to care with strength, how to understand the dynamics of care. I have many dreams, but one thing I knew that I steadfast in as a child, growing up with my great-grandmother, Mrs. Francois Julian, I am an only child, an only daughter. She took me in when I was 2 months old. My mother moved back to London to study to be a nurse, and she cared for me right up until I was an adult. And she passed at 98 years old. I was able to babysit everyone in that community. My name went around, call Maria, Miss Beryl's granddaughter, and she will take care of you when you go to church. They will leave the Saj Sack comic books for me, the puddings, the sweetbreads, and I would sit and I would read to the folks in my community while their folks went to church or attended ceremonies, and I grew up with that blood of caring. And I wanted to take that information all the way through my life. And I wanted to share the care. Because sharing care with people is important. There's a reason why God said the first commandment has to be love. Because you cannot share care for money. You cannot share care for anything else but the love of your heart. And many of us that sit here today know and understand if you have an older person that needs care, what care is all about. One of our reasons this evening for sharing this care with the Westbury High School students is to ensure that as they leave their high school, they know what care is. Because if you know what care is and you understand love, you can sail the world. Your journey is halfway accomplished. I hope this evening, by bringing everyone together, we can understand the love, we can understand the care, we can leave with care, and we can leave with care understanding there's a training school nestled in Westbury that you can come to, that you can send your folks to care. And we also have some of our partners. We partner up with a lot of agencies. We have some of our partners here today, Dana from Reliance, who sponsors. If, again, you want to come to school, Reliance will sponsor you to come in. And the proceeds from this evening's charity is going to be used to send students from Westbury High School to our school so they can care and they can take that love and care movement forward. With me this evening is my granddaughter. She's my only granddaughter, and I wanted her to witness this evening so she could take that same care forward. And I see that we have other kids in the house. We want to pass that legacy. We thank the Westbury High School for coming. The Westbury Middle School, we thank the community, we thank the officials, we thank the chief. My friend from Pine Lawn is here, and I always say, there's an entry and there's an exit. This evening, enjoy the middle of the journey here with us at the Westbury Manor. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much. Let's give another big round of applause for Maria. And of course, this evening, you're looking very gorgeous. And it's good to see every one of you here. You look really, you all look good. And the setting, I must tell you, for the first occasion, you guys really top it off. And I hope, Maria, that you understand that if you start this high, you only can go higher. You can't go lower. Another big round of applause for Maria and her team. To give some enlightenment to this evening occasion and to set the pace, this group is the world-renowned international dance group, and they have been doing their things, making great impact. They are from New York. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Asa Se Ya Dance Theater from New York.
Good evening. So let's give a round of applause to Maria of Home Health Aide Training Institute for a wonderful evening. So Maria, I first have to clear something up. Maybe it's maybe discernment or prophetic, but I am not a senator.
Okay.
I thank you for the promotion.
You're welcome.
I'm a county legislator.
Wonderful.
But
Soon
thank
to
you.
be Senator.
Thank you for the opportunity to come here and share in the evening
You're very
with you.
welcome.
So this is a labor of love. So that's how we spend our time, making sure that we come out and meet and greet our community and be a part of these special evenings when they are being honored. We know that they labor in the vineyard not for the applause, but for the cause. And so I'm happy that I'm able to be here and be a part of it.
And I thank you very much because it's so meaningful. And you are here for a few reasons. Please tell us a few of them. Besides the wonderful proclamation awards that you so happily brought them home.
Okay, well, number one, I'm here because when I heard of the event and I learned of the labor of your agency, I thought it important to come and ask that we all continue to support Maria and in her endeavors as an entrepreneur here in our local village of Westbury. The service that you're providing to this community is most important. I've had the honor to be first an immediate caregiver to 3 family members as they were ailing, and it's important to be able to have the proper resources in your community to support you as you're supporting those who are looking to recover or in their final moments. So I applaud you for your service, and I thank you for being a very vibrant part of our community.
Thank you.
So this evening, I feel very lucky this evening, in particular because when I received the invitation and I looked through and I saw the honorees, it gave me great, great joy because many of these honorees I have had the distinct privilege to work alongside as they serve the communities, whether it be in education, whether it be in meeting our spiritual needs, and just being in labor in our community. In fact, one of the honorees is my next door neighbor of many years, and I actually babysat her a couple of times. And so, not to feel too old, I would love to take the time to bestow on the honorees a citation on the behalf of Nassau County and its residents of Legislative District 2. While I know everybody's eating, and I'm not one to stand between a good time or dinner, I think it would probably be best to allow for the citations to be given alongside the awards at the proper time. But I would like to take the opportunity to read in your hearing one of the citations, and when I look to personalize them, many of them don't read much different. So I'm going to read the citation that was provided here for Miss, I pulled it in no order, but it happened to be Kira Bryant's citation. And so it reads, whereas it is the desire of the Nassau County Legislature to honor those outstanding individuals who render significant contribution for the enhancement and the betterment of our county, and who, by virtue of their passion and dedication, provides an excellent example of leadership, assurance, empowerment to the communities that you serve. Whereas the legislature is proud to extend this special commendation as you are honored today for your outstanding community involvement, your commitment of sharing, and helping others improve their quality of life. Therefore, and it says honorable, but I don't know how honorable, anyway. Therefore, I, Sheila Bino, Nassau County Legislature, District 2, do hereby recognize, and I would also ask you all, and applaud, join me please, Kara Bryant, Gloria Dingwall, Pastor Audrey Smart, Dr. Joseph, Lena Bly, 103 years young. Wow. And our humanitarian, Kayla Joie Jean Baptiste, the youngest recipient, age 9. Our longevity award, the Pastor Sheila M. Beckford, the young lady I babysat, Candace Coleman. Congratulations. Thank you for not thinking it robbery to share your gifts, your talents with this community. And from my heart to yours, a heartfelt thank you. Have a good evening.
Let's give another big round of applause for our hard-working county representative. If you know anything about government, it starts at the county level. It is where the local level, that's where things start until you see they reach in Washington. And when they get in Washington, everybody becomes a fool. But when you stay on the county level and the local level, everything is all right. I hope that you did enjoy your meal. And of course, I want to also make a public announcement to let you know that our sincere apology before you started today that you are being live streamed on Facebook. And so I hope and pray that if your makeup wasn't doing the right way or you were eating a certain way and all of that gone already. So I'm just letting you know going forward that you are on live streaming on Facebook. So if you're going to eat your steak this time, instead of go so, you start to go give yourself a little, class, yes? Of course, there are a few lessons that we learned from Maria tonight. 1, be simple. 2, be friendly. 3, always offer a smile. Be present at all times. Every person is special. And respect everyone regardless of who they are. These are some of the things as I sit here and look around, I see and I learn from Maria tonight, and I hope and pray that God will continue to bless her with the vision. As I said, this is the first annual Woman of Excellence Award, and it will be a continuation. But as I said, I have been to many awards, I've seen many things, and the way this started, I am praying to the good Lord that you all will continue to support Maria and the work that they are doing, because it's a noble work for those that are taking care of our people, those that are in need and are getting cared for. Because God loves a cheerful giver, but he also loves when we take care of his own. So whatever we do to them, we shall do it unto ourselves. And remember this, we start like a little tree and we grow. But don't you look down on those that may have certain illness, certain things that may not give them the ability to function fully today. And what Maria and her team are doing, they are making joy come to life. They are giving hope, and they are doing a great job. So let's give Maria and her team another big round of applause for the work that they are doing, because it's an hidden job, and it's not easy. At this time, there was a time when paperwork was good, but they start with these technology things. And I am getting very old in age. But at this time, I am going to introduce tonight's keynote speaker. She began her career as an EMS in 1988 as an EMS cadet hired and trained by the department to be an EMT. After graduating from NYU in 1985 with a bachelor degree in biology, she was undecided what career path to pursue. She worked a series of miscellaneous jobs while taking postgraduate course in biology. In one of these courses, she met a young lady who told her she was an EMT and drove an ambulance. She had not previously considered a career in emergency medicine, but it was intrigued and she liked the idea of helping others. She applied and was hired and was graduated co-valedictorian of the Cadet 10 in December of 1988. After working the street of Bronx and as an EMT for about a year and a half, working closely with the paramedics, she wanted to be able to provide care for patients above the basics, life support level. After a rigorous screening process, she accepted into the medic basic program in the EMS Training Academy and was trained and hired as a paramedic in 1991. To fast forward for many years, she was promoted to lieutenant, then captain. In February of this year, she was promoted again to become the second ever female African-American deputy chief in the City of New York Fire Department. This is noteworthy achievement given the 152 years of the FDNY. Currently, she is assigned to the borough of Brooklyn. She is married to Mr. Terrence Middleton, who is an EMS captain in the fire department too, in New York City. It's a fire team. She is a mom of 3 adults, a grandma to one adorable 2 grandsons, to a 2-year-old grandson. When she's not working, she studied martial arts, complete her training for taekwondo. She achieved the rank of the 2nd degree black belt in Niseguryu Jisu and recently have begun training in, is it June? What that fancy sitting there? Most Sundays she attends service at the Christian Culture Center in Brooklyn. She loves to travel, and when she can't physically get away, she enjoys reading a good book. She is indeed a great woman, a great inspiration to us all, one that has break the barrier, and fitting for tonight's occasion, a woman in excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our keynote speaker, Miss Cheryl, Chief, my apology, the place now burned down. Please welcome Chief Middleton.
Good evening, everyone. Before I begin, I would like to thank Pastor Jackson and Miss Maria Santiago for inviting me here to celebrate with you tonight. I'd also like to acknowledge my husband, Terry, and thank him for his support. He is my biggest cheerleader and is always by my side. Where is he, Terry? Where are you? Oh, there you are. I would also like to take a moment to add my congratulations. Excuse me 1 second. And so you can hold it. Thank you. You're very welcome. To tonight's honorees. You ladies are doing big things in this world, and your work is truly inspirational. This is a very special event, and I'm happy to be a part of it. As you heard, I've been working for EMS in New York City for the past 29 years. In that time, I've risen up through the ranks since my humble beginnings as a cadet. Along the way, I've faced challenges, as you would expect. I'd like to share a few of those challenges with you, along with the lessons I learned in the process. I'll begin with my promotion to lieutenant in 2006. When I was promoted to lieutenant, I had been a paramedic for 15 years in the Bronx. The transition to management was quite an adjustment for me. In addition, I had to adjust to new faces and a new area as I was assigned to Harlem. I had never worked Manhattan before. The station I worked at is Harlem. It's also known as Station 16. At that time, Station 16, or Harlem, was one of the largest EMS stations in the city, meaning it turned out the largest number of ambulances on a daily basis. So let me tell you a little bit about the position. Every tour is staffed by 2 lieutenants. One lieutenant provides field support, and the other remains at the station, which we call sitting the desk. The senior lieutenants I worked with would usually choose to be in the field, and I would sit the desk. This may not be relevant, but at the time, I was the only female officer of color assigned to Harlem. My tour started at 6:30. At 6:30, I would begin pairing crews with vehicles and equipment. All personnel, equipment, and vehicles had to be accounted for. Paramedics had to be issued controlled substances. Personnel were reporting for duty while others were going home. People would arrive for work late or not show up at all. People would accidentally take the keys to the vehicle home with them. Some would choose to socialize at the station instead of immediately logging on to their vehicles and going into service. This tour change process would then be repeated at 7 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, and at 10 o'clock. The phone would ring constantly all day. Then after 10, I would have to complete reports, catch up on miscellaneous paperwork, do payroll, and staffing for future tours. Talk about hectic. Some days I didn't even have time to eat, and I can't completely trust my memory, but some days I don't recall even stopping to use the restroom, just to get it all done. And get it all done I did, every day. I was focused and conscientious. Thank you. I was focused and conscientious and enjoyed interacting with my crews, influencing them positively to make a difference in the community we served. When I had field duties, I responded to calls with the crews, ensuring the highest quality, compassionate care was being delivered. I went to the hospitals to ensure that once patients had been turned over to the hospital staff, the crews did not linger in the ER, but expeditiously returned to service. And so with anticipation, I looked forward to my employee evaluation, which would be completed by my captain once I completed the evaluations of all the personnel assigned to me. The evaluation was comprised of a series of tasks, and you would receive a rating for each task. There was also a tally of absences and lateness. The evaluation, the last section in the evaluation is titled Plans and Recommendations to Capitalize on Employee Strengths. In this section, my captain wrote, and I will never forget the words, "This employee has no strengths." I was crushed and filled with self-doubt. If doing the job was challenging, continuing to give my best in an environment where my boss did not see my value and where I felt invisible, this was even more challenging. But I pushed through,
persevered, and went on to achieve a measure of success. The following are the lessons I learned, not through just that experience, but overall. Lesson number 1, I am, as are all of you, uniquely crafted with gifts, talents, abilities, and strengths. Develop them, hone them, use them. I also challenge you to see the strengths in others. Reject it if others try to tell you your strengths don't exist. Sometimes the negativity comes from within. Reject it. Lesson number 2, be yourself, be authentic. Follow your own path and do it in your own style. You are enough. I recall that particular captain telling me I needed to be more aggressive in the position. He was one of those in-your-face types. I've found that my style of quiet authority works best in getting the best out of my crews. Lesson number 3, continue to show up every day. Work hard and do your best. Take a break when you need it, and then get back in. There have been days when the thought of facing the day was overwhelming. I seriously contemplated not going to work and hiding out at home. On these days, when I simply got up and got going, putting one foot in front of the other, I found blessings in that day, and I was glad I did not give in. Another lesson I've learned is that I don't have to know it all. Nobody knows it all, but everyone knows something. There are resources available to you for your use. Reach out, listen to those around you. To summarize, number 1, you have strengths. Number 2, you are enough. Number 3, don't let fear paralyze you. Number 4, you are not alone. These pearls have helped me over the years, not just to thrive in a male-dominated position, but in life. I hope you find them useful as well. Keep on keeping on. Thank you.
Come on, let's give another big round of applause for our great, well, come on, give her a standing ovation. Let me tell you something. What she has done, she has break down barriers. And she did it unstruggling. She did not get to where she was because she was pretty. She had to prove and demonstrate that even when she was successful at what she does, she still had barriers that she had to break. Lord have mercy, we have come a long way. Thank you so much, Sister Middleton, for such a beautiful story. It was short, it was spicy, but we got a lot out of it. We are sitting among the giants, and we thank you for hanging in there, because you could have given up when they say you weren't qualified to be anything else than just some driver. May God continue to bless you, and may one day we celebrate you as the chief of the entire New York City Fire Department. With that said, you have heard the names of the awardees. Now, this is the moment we've been waiting for, and then after that, we will take it to the floor. I am going to call upon the director of this great institution, Sister Maria. I'm going to call upon our colleague, Pastor Jackson. And I'm calling on my freedom fighter, Nassau County representative. Where's my sister? Sister B? Sister Bino? Where's Sister Bino? Bino. Sister Bino? Oh, she may have to leave. That's why she did what she had to do. True classic politicians, I tell you, they're good, don't they? Bless our sister heart. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Maria Santiago and Pastor Jackson.
Thank you so much. This gentleman came in all the way from Atlanta, and I'm talking Mr. Gary Foster. Please give him a hand. He left Tyler Perry's side and decided that he was going to be in New York come what may. So he flew in at midday today so he could have his presence here, and we thank you so much. I want to thank a few people right before we start the honorees. I first want to thank, I have a few good men in my life, and it would be impossible to walk away this evening to not say thank you to them. My dear husband that puts up with me coming home wee hours of the morning to make sure that I get all the things that I need to get done for all the clients that I need to get done, all the patients that I need to care for, all the ones that I visit at home. I do two jobs. I administrate care at home, meaning if someone's coming out of a rehab center, I go to their home to ensure that there's safety for them to come back to their home, to ensure that there's food in their home, to ensure that there is care in their home. And we partner with a few agencies like mine. Of course, Dana and Mildred, can you please stand up and say hello to the world? Dana and Mildred run the Reliance Home Care in Massapequa. They're nestled, and they ensure that every one of their patients are cared for. Dana, being a nurse, a registered nurse, take her job to heart. And Mildred, her sidekick we call her, is there to ensure that every aide that graduates from the Home Health Aide Training Institute gets a job and gets a compatible job. They don't just take an aide and place them in anyone's home. They take an aide and they make sure that it's compatible to the client that they have to serve and ensure that that care goes on with success. We have a few clients in a home, Mrs. Gregston and her caregiver, Miss Rona. Can you please stand up and say hello to the crowd this evening? Mrs. Gregston has been a long-standing client. She's a wonderful lady, lives in the Westbury community with her caregiver, Rona. Thank you so much for caring. Give them a hand of applause. And I know I said I had a few good men with me them, Tony being one of them. Hello, Tony. But Tony, I want you to stand up. You are a wonderful icon in Westbury. And please, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Since my sons, and I'll ask, I have 3 sons, Michael, Mark, and Matthew. And I have the honor of having Michael, he's a chef here. Michael, can you please come up so the world can see you? And he's standing in the background. And Mark and Jason, who I'm sure the teachers would remember, came out of St. John's Prep and decided, Mom, we want to go to Westbury High. Okay, we go to Westbury High. So Tony, and I have to call a very important man, Mr. What's that? Tony, help me. The greatest counselor in Westbury Middle School. In Westbury, Mr. Percy Holmes. I want everybody to tell Mr. Percy Holmes that I said hello tonight. Okay, he's a great man. He worked diligently with the boys, and Tony being the chief of everything in the security area. I thank you for watching over Westbury children. They respect you, they love you, and thank you very much for the service you provided in the community. You know, in our Home Health Aide Training Institute, they often dub this gentleman as my office husband. I'm going to introduce you to my office husband, and then I'm going to introduce you to my husband. Mr. Owen Coronera, can you please stand, sir? He's in the corner. Where are you, Owen? He stepped out. Owen, where are you? Can you please come here? Sir, this gentleman, I don't know what I would do without him. I go home calling my husband Owen. Owen, I want to thank you so much. And now I want to take the floor and introduce you to my real husband, Mr. Santiago. Sir, can you please come here? And I want to thank you so much. This is a gentleman that stands behind me and see me wake up in the morning and hear all my phone calls at midnight and hear me articulating. and knows everyone until today. We do have a very wonderful man, and I just happened to graze my eyes across and see Mr. Jonathan Moran. Can you please come up here, Mr. Jonathan? Today is Jonathan's birthday, folks. Can we sing happy birthday to Jonathan? I have to tell you, one of the best male caregivers in the Westbury community. Please, folks, can we sing happy birthday to Jonathan? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonathan. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm very young today. I'm only 21. And I'm very nervous to stand at this podium. A little sweaty, but I want to congratulate Maria on all her endeavors, and I hope to rise to the top with her as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. I tell you, when Mr. Johnson arrived in a client's home, they call me and say, can we please have him for 7 days? And that's everybody. I also have another very special man I want to introduce you to, and I want him to just come up very briefly because we're on time. As I said earlier on, there's an entry and there's an exit. And when you're taking that exit, and I always say to people, know that we're on a journey. We're on a journey. We're here to perform our duty. But when we're taking our flight, we need to make preparation. We have a gentleman from Pine Lawn. Mr. Pine Lawn, how are you? Give him a round of applause. He'll tell you all about what he does. You know, when you came knocking at my door, I was very happy to see a handsome face, but then you came with a lot of information that people should know about. Tell me.
Sure. First of all, congratulations. You do a hell of a job. And the work that she does, it's amazing. This goes hand in hand because Pine Lawn, what we try to do is come out to the families, kind of what she does. She takes care of everybody else at home. But we find that people at home are not taking care of the resting place. And so Pine Lawn, it's kind of, we come out to you and give you the information that you're requesting. I know it's a cemetery, but please, this is something that everybody needs to get in place. Prepare for the future best, because we find that going to people's houses, most people don't get ready for the future. And this is something that as you take care of, as you do home care at home, take care of your families, you need to take care of this ahead of time. We find that most families are not ready to they wait for the last minute to do this, and so Pine Lawn offers you people the opportunity to do this ahead of time. It's 12 years to take care of plot, pay for it in full, and small monthly payments with no interest or late fees, so please take care of this ahead of time before it suddenly happens. And so, it's best to be ready than not. Again, thank you for the opportunity. But by the way, anybody who wants any information, we are at table 7. We have booklets there for you. Just come by and see us, all right? Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. We want to make sure that you're completely educated. With us is Ms. Lena Horn, and we have this wonderful table on this. We have Ms. Lena Horn. She came all the way from Far Rockaway, just like Ms. Ida Green. We have 103 years old, Denise, 101. Ms. Lena Horn is 101 years old. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I want a better hand of applause for Ms. Lena Horn. 100 years old? That's a lot. And we have a wonderful caregiver that's been caring for her for 3 years. When I met Ms. Lena Horn, she was in a rehab center. Excuse me, Ms. Lena Bly. Thank you, Denise. And Denise is her right hand, let me tell you. Denise, thank you for coming. You have been a rock by her side. And of course, her nephew, Mr. Mullins. Can you please stand up, sir? Your wonderful nephew. Would like to have Miss Lena Bly and her family come up to receive this this wonderful award. Please give her a round of applause. $101 is not a joke. That's a long way to today. Would everyone say this? And her nephew came all the way from South Carolina, South Virginia, and Chicago, Ohio, to give her this wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Dorothy, we want to thank you. Thank you very much. Come up with Miss Lena. You deserve to be seen. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Miss Lena. Thank you for living so long. What do you want to say to everyone today?
Thank you very much for everything.
Very, very welcome.
And she said you might be 102.
Wow. God bless you. She still remembers her birthday. That's lovely. Yes. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Our next honoree for the evening is one of the youngest of our honorees for tonight. Her name is Kayla Jo Jean Baptiste. She is being honored tonight as our humanitarian for the Woman of Excellence Award. If you would please roll her clip.
Hi, my name is Kayla Jo Jean Baptiste and I am 9 years old. I need to begin with my desire to give everything.
With us is Miss Lena Horn, and we have this wonderful table on this. We have Miss Lena Horn. She came all the way from Far Rockaway, just like Miss Ida Green. We have 103 years old, Denise, 101. Miss Lena Horn is 101 years old. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I want a better hand of applause for Miss Lena Horn. 100 years old? That's a lot. And we have a wonderful caregiver that's been caring for her for 3 years. When I met Miss Lena Horn, she was in a rehab center. Excuse me, Miss Lena Bly. Thank you, Denise. And Denise is her right hand, let me tell you. Denise, thank you for coming. You have been a rock by her side. And of course, her nephew, Mr. Mullins. Can you please stand up, sir? Your wonderful nephew. Would like to have Miss Lena Bly and her family come up to receive this wonderful award. Please give her a round of applause. $101 is not a joke. That's a long way to today. Would everyone say this? And her nephew came all the way from South Carolina, South Virginia, and Chicago, Ohio, to give her this wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Dorothy, we want to thank you. Thank you very much. Come up with Miss Lena. You deserve to be seen. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Miss Lena.
living so warm. What do you want to say to everyone today? Thank you very much for everything. Very, very welcome. And Cynthia might be 102.
Wow. God bless you. She still remembers her birthday. That's lovely. Yes. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Our next honoree for the evening is one of the youngest of our honorees for tonight. Her name is Kayla Jo Jean Baptiste. She is being honored tonight as our humanitarian for the Woman of Excellence Award. If you would please roll her clip.
Hi, my name is Kayla Jean Baptiste, and I am 9 years old. I need to begin with my desire to give every time I saw a homeless person. Beginning on January 14, 2017, and now, every first Saturday of the month, my mom, my team, and I prepare and deliver blessing bags to those homeless people we meet on New York City streets. I am so thrilled to be honored in this way. Learning that people admire my work makes me so happy.
And so with that being said, for those of you that may have missed part of it, she and her team go out to the streets of New York with packed food bags to give to homeless people. So with that, Kyla, come sweetie and get your award. And it reads as such for all of our honorees, whose dedication to the lives of others have truly made a difference and given hope and encouragement to so many. You are smart, interesting, and engaging, positive, confident, yet unpretentious, well-informed and easy to understand, thinking with your heart as well as your head, gently nudging all you connect with to do their best with sensitivity and insight, giving your time, energy, and talent to ensure the brightest possible future for all. You are an inspiration to all of us. With great affection and gratitude, the founder, Maria Santiago. Sweetie, thank you so much, and keep up the good work that you're doing.
I tell you, this is history in the making. Thank you. Give them a round of applause.
Our next honoree for the evening is one whom I had the great pleasure of meeting not too long ago when we were in search of asking who would we be able to give the longevity award to. And this woman's name came across to our office, and it is none other than Pastor Sheila M. Beckford.
Wow.
Roll the clip, please.
Reverend Sheila M. Beckford. I am a pastor. I've been a pastor for 7 years. I guess my principles is, well, grounded in justice. I believe that all of God's people, whether they're black, white, blue, straight, gay, whatever the case may be, they're God's children. And we are all supposed to be respected and treated as if God has given the love that God has shown to us. We need to show each other that same kind of love. And it's this conditional thing that we got going on does nothing for the body of Christ. I believe the principles of justice has always been in me. Growing up in Bedford-Stuyvesant, we had a wonderful childhood, but because we came from a different country, our parents came from a different country, we were constantly, I would say, targeted. And so my mother would always tell us that community is the most important thing. And regardless of what others do, we still had to be in community with one another. And I think that my sense of justice came from the fact that we were always targeted. And my mom would always tell us to do what is right. It's not saying that we always did what was right, but from then, that's where my sense of justice began.
My name is Grace Bryant, and I'm the mother of Kira Bryant. Kira's a social worker. Let's see, she graduated from college in, I think it was 2002 or around there. And she has been a social worker since then, so that's about, 15, 16 years. Well, she has a passion for social justice and seeing the needs of, taking care of the needs of those, the underprivileged, those who are underserved, and looking at where and how they're underserved, because very often there are different facets, and depending on whether their needs are, they're underserved in their social needs, or whether they're physical needs, or their educational needs, or whatever. She has a passion for serving those who are in need and finding what the need is. I think she gets it from me. You know, we are deeply religious, not that we've always been, not that she has always gone to church, but we've always been involved in taking care of the needy, seeing everybody as our brother and sister, and whatever their needs are, whatever status they are from, we felt that we need to take care.
I am a facilitator with the FedCap SMART program, SMART being the Specialized Model Adult Reentry Training. I do this at Rikers Correctional Facility in the Bronx. I've been an educator for over 15 years. I used to teach in Nassau County Public Schools, and I felt that I was destined to do more, to really start at the core, at the seed. A lot of the young people that I was previously meeting, their parents were incarcerated. A lot of my students also, due to recidivism, repeated the actions of their parents and also wound up incarcerated. I started with the program when it began last fall being of 2017. My students range from ages 19, I believe my eldest student is 68 years of age. For the most part, it's most of the young people. I am thankful that I had the background that I did in teaching in Nassau County schools, and some of the more spirited and assertive students that I had, because it prepared me for Rikers. So I'm used to some of the younger men being a little bit more
Apprehensive?
Apprehensive, yes, apprehensive, tough, resentful. Absolutely.
A nice euphemism to work with.
Thank you, because so was I. I couldn't come up with any. I could come up with some words that wouldn't be appropriate, but yes, absolutely. I work with fathers, I work with brothers, grandfathers, sons, I work with Christians, I work with atheists, you name it, I work with it. I work with all different types of people. But in dealing with men, it's the same as on the outside. You give respect, you get respect.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Samarth Joseph. I am the founder and executive director of Espoir Youth Program Incorporated. My background is I have a bachelor's degree and a minor in business administration, a minor in French. I have a dual degree and dual master's, an MBA and business administration, and another master's in international economics, international business. Well, when I was younger, I really didn't have, I was fortunate enough to went to private schools. Even though I went to private school, but I didn't have all of these opportunities that children have nowadays. And one of my heart desires was that when I grew up, I want to give back to my community. And giving back to my community, I meant by helping the youth to be more educated, to be able to reach the highest level of education where they can also give back to the community as well. So that was my deepest desire, to help young people to remain focused and move forward to reach the stars.
Hi, my name is Audrey D.F. Smart. I'm the owner and operator of Smart's Management and Consulting Associates, a tax and management consulting firm that I started 35 years ago. The goal of the company was to originally just help churches and nonprofits become organized. And in that, I ended up being one of the top tax experts in the country. I've managed churches, schools, corporations. I've taken corporations that have failed and reorganized them. I'm a professional life coach that specializes in clergy and high performance executives. One of my main principles is that of my faith. I believe in the impossible. I've seen the impossible. I measure all of my relationships by 5 core values: accountability, responsibility, commitment, trust, and loyalty. I believe that one of my main responsibilities is that of being the mother of 4 amazing children. I was raised as an entrepreneur. My grandfather started us in business at the age of 5. So on our 5th birthday, we go into my grandfather's restaurant. And that's the day that you start working. So in that, I started a not-for-profit 20 years ago called the National Association of Blessed Billionaires, NAB. Because we believe whatever you label yourself, you limit yourself. So we felt that labeling our children billionaires was really a goal for the fact that they're worth more than $1 million. I've been married for 39 years to Joseph Smart. We literally met in church. And I'm also a co-pastor of Faith Covenant Christian Church, where Joseph Smart is the senior pastor. Some of my greatest accomplishments have been that of being able to have the stamina that I needed to run this business nonstop. This year we're celebrating 35 years and I'm very, very happy.
Come here, sir. I want you to give these people a round of applause. Jessie has stated she also works for the Board of Education and she's taken a trip, so well deserved. So we also want to thank Jessie tonight for being our teacher. But we want to thank these two. They've been friends for over 40 years. They've worked at North Shore. Without you, we could not do it. Gil, we love you. Say something to the world and say something to, and then Angela. Both registered nurses. We cannot teach. Home Health Aide Institute cannot teach without registered nurses. So you're looking at seasoned nurses. Gil.
I don't want to take the spotlight tonight. Tonight is the night for the women. And so all the women who are here, I recognize you as being the strength and the formidable strength behind a family, behind a man, behind everybody else. So on behalf of the Home Health Aide Training Institute, I would like to take this opportunity to award every single woman who is here for your part that you are taking in society and in supporting this wonderful organization and this very strong woman you see here. So, Angela and I go back a long way, and now we are back together. We have been apart for a while. And again, Maria been able to get us together. And together we are teaching the aides of tomorrow. Angela, Maria put it in a nice way. And I want to support her in saying that we cannot give enough thanks to the aides who go to the homes of those who need them and give them the support, give the patients, that amount of support that they need. We cannot finish thank the aides. And And for Maria and the teachers of the Home Healthy Training Institute, we are committed to providing the training that is needed for these aides to go into people's homes and help the elderly and the sick.
Like Mr. Gill, I'm one of the teachers. Mr. Gill got me into this job after I left North Shore. And I'm enjoying myself teaching the home health aides which are coming through the Institute. There are a couple of them here, and everywhere I see them, they're like, thank you for teaching us, thank you for telling me the things that you've told me. Only today in one of my classes, one of the girls told me that because of what I told her 2 days ago, she was able to save a life last night. Someone was seasoned, and she knew exactly what to do to save that life. When she told me that this morning, I felt very proud of myself. I tapped myself on the shoulder, and I said, I was glad that I was able to do that. So this school, we're doing a good job there. There's a little young lady from Westbury who passed through our ranks she graduated last week. She's only about 17, I think it is, but she enjoyed the program, and we're looking forward to having more students from Westbury pass through our program. Thank you, everyone. It was nice being here. Maria, thank you for the good job you've done tonight. When you started talking about the Woman of Excellency award that you were going to do, I was like, but it's so late. But I'm very glad it was late, because if it wasn't late, there would be nowhere to put the people tonight.
Thank you, Angela. Tonight, I want you to stay right here because I'd like to have you, okay? Thank you. Tonight, I would like to have the honor of presenting a few awards. When I call your name, I would love to have you come to this podium. Christina Obiera. Miss Christina Obiera, please come. I want to thank Christina. She's one of our students. She's done a remarkable award. Her client is here with her tonight, Miss Ida Green. Yes, can you bring Miss Green with you, please? Are you kidding? And Miss Green, I want to tell you is, Alan, is it 94 or 97? 94 years old. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I want to ask Miss Elfrida Pillay. Elfrida has been doing care unremarkably. When I think about good care, I think about Elfrida Pillay. Elfrida, would you bring your 6 feet tall self over here, please? We always tease her as a gentle giant. Elfrida, please, come on up to the podium. We're waiting for you. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, I know the food was great, but you gotta give them the deserving award. Let's hear that round of applause. What are you doing? Hi, Mrs. Green.
Hello to everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate every thought. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Green. Christina, on behalf of the Home Health Aide Training Institute, we want to provide you with an award. Yeah.
Mostly, I want to thank Maria, who's the most thoughtful, beautiful woman I've ever met.
Mrs. Green, thank you so much. I didn't tell her to say that, let me tell you. Thank you, Mrs. Green. Elfrida?
Elfrida, come please.
Elfrida, come this way, please. You see why we dubbed her the gentle giant. We wanted the world to see you. Elfrida, I want to thank you. Gil?
On behalf of the Home Health Training Institute.
Good job there. There's a little young lady from Westbury who passed through a ranch she graduated last week. She's only about 17, I think it is, but she enjoyed the program, and we're looking forward to having more students from Westbury pass through our program. Thank you, everyone. It was nice being here. Maria, thank you for the good job you've done tonight. When you started talking about the Woman of Excellency award that you were going to do, I was like, but it's so late. But I'm very glad it was late, because if it wasn't late, there would be nowhere to put the people tonight.
Thank you, Angela. Tonight, I want you to stay right here because I'd like to have you, okay? Thank you. Tonight, I would like to have the honor of presenting a few awards. When I call your name, I would love to have you come to this podium. Christina Obiera. Miss Christina Obiera, please come. I want to thank Christina. She's one of our students. She's done a remarkable award. Her client is here with her tonight, Miss Ida Green. Yes, can you bring Miss Green with you, please? Are you kidding? And Miss Green, I want to tell you Alan, is it 94 or 97? 94 years old. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I want to ask Miss Elfrida Pillay. Elfrida has been doing care unremarkably. When I think about good care, I think about Elfrida Pillay. Elfrida, would you bring your 6 feet tall self over here, please? We always tease her as a gentle giant. Elfrida, please, come on up to the podium. We're waiting for you. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, I know the food was great, but you gotta give them the deserving award. Let's hear that round of applause. What are you doing? Hi, Mrs. Green.
Hello to everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate every thought. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Green. Christina, on behalf of the Home Health Aide Training Institute, we want to provide you with an award. Yeah.
Mostly, I want to thank Maria, who's the most thoughtful, beautiful woman I've ever met.
Mrs. Green, thank you so much. I didn't tell her to say that, let me tell you. Thank you, Mrs. Green. Elfrida?
Elfrida, come please.
Elfrida, come this way, please. You see why we dubbed her the gentle giant. We wanted the world to see you. Elfrida, I want to thank you. Gil?
On behalf of the Home Health Training Institute, we present you with this Medal of Honor.
Yay! I have a surprise tonight for someone and they don't know about it, but I will ask. I'm going to leave her for the end. Stephanie Anderson, where are you? Put your hands together, everyone. Stephanie Anderson. I want to tell you something very famous about this young lady. This young lady went to take care of her patients. And after 1 month of caring for this patient, the family decided that she was so good, they wanted her to move in with them. Stephanie, you've been an honorable caregiver. It's my honor tonight to present you this award. You're very welcome. Moving right along, I want to say something about this specific caregiver. She came from one of the countries that I would like to visit one day, and I'm sure Mrs. Dingwall would want to go with me. To Gambia. Let's go! Let's go! Tuvalu Chaite, bring up your whole family and come on up. All the way from the Bronx. This caregiver has cared and shared care like you cannot imagine. Tuvalu, tonight, it gives me a special honor for you. And I want your kids to come up. She's got a lot of kids. Come on up, girls. I'm coming. Congratulations, you're coming. Oh my goodness. Isatu is also a caregiver. Let's take up space over here. Come on over. And come here. Tell us your name.
My name is Isatu.
And you're also a caregiver.
Yes, I am. Hi, I'm Nima.
And you're also a caregiver. Aji. And I'm sure you're going to be a nurse. And there's one more.
Khadijah.
Wow, Khadijah. Are you planning on being a lawyer? What do you want to be? An astronaut. Wow, I love that. While Ms. Bly is taking her way out, she's got a way to go. Thank you very much, Denise, for coming. I love you dearly. Yes? This gift to Ms. Tuvalu Chaite. You're very welcome. Bye, Mrs. Bly. Bye, Dorothy. Have a great, safe trip home. Thank you so much. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. A hearty round of applause. This young lady, I want to tell you that this is a client in our Westbury district. She's an amazing, this lady's 98 years old. And I want to tell you, when this young lady, Ms. Zoomer Hercules, where are you, Zoomer? Come on up here. Zoomer, where are you? I hope you didn't leave. Zoomer, she must have stepped out of the room. But Zoomer is an amazing, amazing caregiver. And tonight we want to honor her. I want to honor a very special aide as well. Her name is Cherry Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an amazing, amazing, amazing caregiver. If a client does not want to go to the shower or has dementia and forgot what the water feels like and don't want to get into the tub, this is the aid we send out and say, go take this client and make sure they take a shower. Cherry, thank you very much for your undying services. Give her a hand of applause. Thank you. Did Zuma walk into the room? Last but not least, we want to thank a very special lady, because they say behind a very good man is a very special lady. Tonight we want to thank Mrs. Lilauti Gildhari Dinanat Singh. Mr. Dinanat Singh's wife, please, Mrs. Lilauti, come on up. For all the nights that you let your husband do visits, for all the nights that you let him do the 8 hours for the A's, for all the Sundays that you let him out of your sight, we want to thank you so much. You're an amazing, amazing wife. How long have you been married, Gil? years?
48.
48 years. It is my honor. Yes. Yes. Just for the honorable time that you have spent caring. Thank you. Give her a hand of applause, ladies and gentlemen. No, we want it better than that. We know we have more desserts for you. Thank you so much. Without further ado, we'd like the band to stop playing, but we want to do a very special award for one of our team members, Miss Paula De La Fuente. Paula, can you please come up? I tell you, behind everything that we do, there's a team. And team efforts are important. Paula, tonight I want to thank you. Please give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Give her a round of applause. Thank you very much. We want to thank you so much for coming to this wonderful event. We want to thank you for the cause that it represents tonight. May God bless you and keep you. Mr. DJ, we're ready for you so the folks that are here can dance their way out. Thank you again, everyone, for coming.
I did mention earlier that there were some personal presentations that wanted to be done to some of our honorees. So I believe Delta Sigma Theta is here to present their honorees, Ms. Kara Bryant and Ms. Gloria Dingwall, some exceptional sister love. So if you would both please come forward for your presentation.
Thank you very much, and we really appreciate you honoring two outstanding women of our organization, our lovely sisterhood. On behalf of, will the rest of the Deltas please come just join me quickly so we can present our outstanding ladies with their flowers while they can smell them. On behalf of